Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we will be making a barbecue ranch pizza. For this pizza, we will be first making the base, and for that, first we need 2.5 cups of flour. Make sure to sift the flour. You can use all-purpose flour or even bread flour if that's the available one in your supermarket. Now the dough will be similar to Papa John's and Domino's thick crust styles, and what the best thing about those crusts is that they're nice and soft. Okay, so in a separate bowl we're going to add the wet ingredients to allow the yeast to activate, so hence we need warm water, 180 milliliters to be exact. This will ensure that the yeast respires quickly so it can be activated. 1 sachet of yeast will be enough for 2 doughs, so if you're just making one pizza, I think half sachet, that would be enough. Give it a good mix and let it sit there for about 15 minutes. Back in the flour bowl, add a teaspoon of salt and 3 teaspoons of brown sugar, which not many people know is added to pizza. Now, if you have rather large granules of brown sugar like I did, they may show up in the dough when you're kneading it, but once it's cooked, you won't feel the texture of it, so it's not much of an issue. Finally, add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now mix the yeast mixture and the flour together. Take about 3 turns to add the yeast mixture because it'll be allowed to be incorporated much better. When the mixture starts turning a bit more solid, change to your hands. Yes, get right in there, use your hands. That's the best kneading technique there is out there. Clean your base first and then add some flour and then knead the dough on it. If your dough is still a bit wet, don't be afraid to add more flour into the dough. Just keep kneading it back and forth until it's in the proper consistency. Now don't knead it too much. If you knead it a lot, it will become really hard and the pizza dough will not taste very nice. As you can see here, I've got it to the consistency I want. Now, just the final few kneads, and then I'll be placing it into a bowl for about 2 hours to rise, and then we'll get back to baking it. Now we need to cut up 1 cup of cooked chicken. First, obviously, we will marinate it for an hour or so, then we will cook it. Dice it up as small as you want, it's a personal preference, but if it's smaller, the better, because it cooks more quickly and more even flavor. Okay, So for the marinade, we'll be needing 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and salt and pepper to taste. Then we're going to marinate it for a couple of hours. In the meantime, you can get and grate 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese, a half a cup of cheddar cheese, and half a cup of red onion. Turn your stove on and add some olive oil and cook the chicken until it's about nearly fully cooked, not all the way through. There needs to just a little bit of rawness left, as when it'll go into the oven, we don't want it to be overcooked. Put the lid on, and until all the water evaporates, it will look like this. Now for the sauce of this pizza, we'll be needing half a cup of barbecue sauce and 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing. That is it. Save some of the barbecue sauce for later, because we'll be drizzling some just for the color and aesthetic of the pizza. And as you can see, the dough has over doubled its original size. Next, grate some cheese as much as you want. Now it is time to shape the pizza dough. After shaping the dough and making the edges a bit thicker, we're going to add sliced pieces of mozzarella cheese as so into the edges. It's basically a stuffed crust as you get in the stores. All that is left to do is assemble. For the finishing touches, use the sauce and drizzle it using a spoon, 3 straight lines onto the pizza just for the aesthetic, and also brush with olive oil the edges of the pizza so it comes out nice and golden as so. So guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe and share this video. I will see you guys in the next video.